With me in the studio right now, I have a gentleman by the name of Jay Perreault. That last name is spelled P-E-R-R-E-A-U-L-T. If you want to check out his website, rayjperreault.com. He's a science fiction writer, and he's a retired aeronautical engineer who's trying to bring a little different style to science fiction writing because he's always loved it, and he's wanting to write with, you know, deeper characters and create stories and situations that you can relate to. And one of my favorite quotes from his website talks about how something got evil, and that he thinks evil can emerge from stupidity, ignorance, or ambivalence. And I do believe I've met all three of those people. Jay Perreault, thank you so much for being here today.
Hi, T. Thanks for inviting me.
Okay, so you have on your website, you have short stories, you have books, you have audio books, you write a blog. When did you first start doing this? Because you're a retired aeronautical engineer. You were also in the Air Force for a long time?
Yes, I flew in the Air Force for 10 years, and then I worked for Northrop Grumman for 28, and I retired in 2008, and my wife always sort of told me I should write. So I started writing, and now it's become a habit and sort of taken over my lives at times.
So now, did you write before when you were like,
well, I've written a great deal, but mostly engineering stuff. I've written millions of words of engineering documents. But
that had to be fun.
Oh, it was. It was really exciting. Nothing like a conclusion or a suspense in an engineering design document. But I've always enjoyed writing, and it came fluidly to me. But it wasn't until I retired that I was able to get into novels and science fiction, which I've always enjoyed.
And you are really prolific. I'm looking, and you've got, in addition to a lot of short stories, about 7 books that are available. The books are available on Amazon. They're available on Smashwords. And you offer a lot of short stories for free if people want to come by and read. And I like that you ask people to contact you because, yes, writing can be a lonely business, and when it's just you and your computer, but you are inviting people to have a dialogue with you, which is really nice. You brought a couple books with you today. You've got one called Gemini, Native Aliens Ask a Question and the Answer Attacks Them. Virus, Earth's Last Battle. That's going right up there with all of my greatest fears, Jay. I'm telling you, a suspicious virus killed 99.99, I mean, a lot of people. And then the other one is Virus 72 Hours to Live. Now, how did you get interested in things that basically are about to wipe out people? Does some of that come from your history?
Well, the virus sort of came out of the first story I wrote. The first story I wrote was Simpoc, which is a different twist on an evil computer. That's part of what has always frustrated me with science fiction writers, is they always describe evil computers. So I decided I was going to write a book about how the evil computer became evil. And I was writing the story, I had to have some way, some mechanism for the computers to be let loose. So I thought, well, let's just have a virus wipe out humanity. And the computers now are all by themselves, and they start exploring the world around them. And then that grew through the Simpoc series, and then at the end of that, I brought in a couple of interesting characters, some astronauts and the President of the United States and such, and I had a number of people come back to me and say, well, expand their stories and how they dealt with the virus. So that's how I went back and rewrote the Simpoc stories into the virus series, and I expanded the books about 5-fold, but I told the whole story of how the collapse of the government and how the military deals with it, and along with the evil computer. So I've got 2 parallel stories going to a very complex, bigger story, and that's how one led to the virus story.
Now, is Simpoc, forgive me if that already means something, is it an acronym, or what is Simpoc?
It's an acronym for Synapse Integrated Massive Parallel Computer. Organic computer.
But he's the bad guy.
No, there's actually 2 computers. One, Simpoc, was programmed to help people, and his other computer, which is early in the book called EDU, but then later on he takes a name. He was programmed by a paranoid programmer. And the way I program the computers, it's not like typical line code. I sort of have them map their synapse pattern onto the computer, onto the organic processor. And that way the computer thinks like the programmer, but he doesn't necessarily make the same decisions as the programmer. So that way I was able to cause paranoia in the computer or the urge to help people. So Simpoc is the one that helps the people, and then EDU or Julius, as he becomes later, is one that was programmed by a paranoid computer, so he always has an ulterior motive.
Oh, we don't like these paranoid programmers. And then your audiobooks. Can I ask who reads your audiobooks?
I have two narrators, one that I'm working with that I'm really excited about. He's, in fact, from San Pedro. His name's Zachary Johnson, and he has really an excellent voice.
That's nice.
And he's done Simpoc, which is it's only 18, it's like 20,000 words, so it's about 2.5 hours. And that's come out with amazing reviews. I'm getting like 4.6 out of 5 stars on Audible, which is really awesome reviews.
And that's nice. And here in SoCal, where you've got so many people commuting, whether they're on a bus, in a car, on a train, the audiobook is really a great way to listen to a story. So both your Simpoc books are already, they're audiobooks that people can get?
Yes, the first one came out about a month ago, and the second one should be out in about a week.
Wonderful.
And then we're going to continue with the virus books.
Wonderful. And now tell me a little bit about your short stories. Are they also sci-fi, or are they?
Yes, they are, but if I have a concept that I don't think will go into a full book, I'll play with it with a short story. I've got a couple of short stories that I'm going to develop into a full-size novel because they seem to add to each other. So I'm just filling in the pieces and expanding that. Some of the other short stories, I've taken some of my experience, like some of my corporate executive experience, and I've tried to put that into sci-fi short stories so that people can understand frustration with their work. But in this situation, it's a computer that's causing all the problems, and the computer's manipulating the protagonist, so he doesn't know what's going on, and he thinks the corporation is messing with him. But when in fact it's the computer that he shares his work site with.
Wow.
So that's what I mean. I'm always trying to find the yell-butt part of science fiction.
Right.
Whenever I read a science fiction novel, there's always a story that they don't tell. So that's where I like writing, because I think those are important, to play with evil, to play with computers, emerging technology like artificial intelligence and subjects like that, which are interesting and timely, and there's a real potential for them. So that's what I enjoy writing.
I like that. It'd be, in addition to the computers and the technical aspect, you have a lot of human elements to what you're writing about. And also, you write right on your website that it's great to hear from your readers. You've got some free offers for people, books and various things. Again, if you'd like to learn more about Ray J. Perreault, I invite you to go to his website, which is RayJayPerreault.com. Ray J. Perreault for science fiction stories and books for sci-fi lovers. And once I do love the phrase that evil can emerge from stupidity, ignorance, or ambivalence. Look forward to looking at your work, Ray J. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you very much, T.